Alright guys, this is going to be a video on the fishing equipment I have. So let's get started right off. As you can tell, well, I have a pretty small amount of fishing equipment actually. It's not much. So I'm going to show you around each box and each rod. But actually, this rod right here is not mine. This is actually my dad's. I think this is an extremely old rod. And it's unbendable. It's a short one of those stubby rods. This reel is also not mine. But I will be using this for catfish. Because I was thinking about it, I wanted to switch out the lure type ends. So it could have like double hooks on it, so I have a better of a chance. I changed the hooks out to dip bait, so hopefully that will work this year. This rod right here, this one is mine. Same with this reel. It's a Shakespeare reel. It's done really well. I think it can hold up to like 10 pounds. Gear ratio 5.01. It can hold, the maximum gear range is 10 pounds. I've been satisfied with it. This is also Abu Garcia. I think I said that right. Probably not. As you can tell the name. I think it's a 7-foot rod, and I've pulled out some catfish with this thing, and it's held up really well. Say it's 7 foot long. I'm probably not going to be using it for catfish though. I'm probably going to be using it for bass. So it's a nice one, but the problem is I did not look at the rods. This is like this rod is supposed to be for bait caster, as you can tell from that. So I made that mistake. It was a big one. So, but it still works with this reel, so that's good. The string on it is actually spider wire. It's a moss green. So yeah, moss green spider wire. It's like 10-pound wire. Something like that. It's an expensive wire. It's supposed to be really good casting. It's braided. I don't even think you can see it, but you can see it on the spool. I have rigged it up. And then this one. Now this reel I've used this reel so much. It is old, and as you can tell, it's an Abu Garcia, and it does not really work well. This rod here, oh, what would it be, 5 foot? 5? Yeah, about 5 foot. Found this on the beach. Just decided to take it and use it. It's a breakaway at this point right here. Does pretty well. I have used this for catfish. Haven't really caught anything on it. Also did use it for bass fishing. I mean, this reel, you reel it in, and what it does is it won't catch. This part won't catch back down, so it'll just spin. This will spin. And so then you have to manually flip it down. But it works pretty well. After a while, it kind of starts catching and everything once you get it working. I had a new problem with tangling. It doesn't really tangle, depending on what weight lure you're using. If it's some lightweight stuff, it'll tangle something fierce, I'll tell you that. But this rod I'm going to be using this season. This is a big reel. I think it can hold up to maybe 50 pounds or something like that. I haven't had any string on it yet. There's new ends, but as you can tell, I have the end on it. It's some type of I forgot which lure this is called. I have not caught anything off of it. It's green, yellow. It's got the little eyes on the bottom. 3 hooks. It's got that little spinner right there. This little spinner. When you're reeling it in, it also got a little spinner right there on the back. When you're reeling it in, it creates bubbles. It does float on top. Oh man, what did that guy say it was? Some type of wood. Or it was plastic, but I think it's wood that's on this. Something like that. I have not caught anything on it. That's really a shame. I'm hoping to catch some this year. when the weather warms up a bit, but you know how that works out. On this one, just a plain old bobber and hook. I have used lures with this. I actually went on a camping trip and bought some spinnerbaits because I did some research and found out those were really good. And I actually had to store this in my sister's car, which was nice because I could break it away. She had a small trunk. Well, it wasn't really that small. It was a mid-sized trunk. So I could break it away, put the rod away. I could not bring this. Wanted to bring that rod, but could not. I used this. It did well, but I didn't catch anything. What I found out was... Oh, sorry. I didn't really find out. Oh, no, I'm confused right now. What was I about to say? Let me think. Shoot, I've lost what I was about to say. Oh, man. Well, I'll probably remember it. We'll just move on real quick. Let's go over to the fishing boxes. I had an old blue fishing box. It was my older brother's. It started to crack. It's a Plano, as you can tell. I think you can tell. Can you read it? I hope so. It's a Plano. Has done well. I used it for the whole season. The only problem I do not like is this. Blue plastic, clear plastic. In the sun, which is a sunny day, but it's cold, the sun will get hot. I mean, it will get hot. And this just goes straight through. This will start to heat up. And the plastic lures you have in there will start to melt. And they will melt. It's pretty big. It's got a pretty good amount of compartments. I'll show you the top layer first. It's got the small 2 little clips. As you can tell right away, I have a pretty good amount of stuff in here. A couple lures, green squid. I was trying it out at the place I fish at, which is actually a state park. It's Pocahontas State Park. I fished there for bass, but I have not had any luck with these, any of these. They're in here. I do not know how to rig these up. I want to learn how to because they say they work. Same with these. I look at this thing. I mean, seriously, if you look at this thing, you think, if I throw that in the water, am I going to be catching slime? Like, what would go after that? It's like, what is that, a leash of some kind? Something like that. So, I don't even know if those work. But the only luck I've had is on these little yellow ones. These have done well. Catch a lot of stuff. These I've tried out. It's been so cold. I actually did go fishing last week, Pocahontas State Park, and it was cold. And we went down there. The whole place was frozen over. It's a big lake. The whole place was frozen over. So I didn't do any fishing, and the fish weren't even there. So I didn't, it wasn't really much. I did try that out. It did pretty well. I'm hoping that this season I'll try them out again. Hopefully I'll catch something. But I'm thinking yellow is a better color to get. These are some of the rigged up stuff. There's a bunch of hooks on them, so I'm not going to be digging those out. These are the already rigged up ones. So I can just do a quick attach real quick. These, I've tried those. They're just weird. They're just really weird. Larger squid. Gotta try these sometime. I will try to post a video of me trying to fish. So, it may be a little weird. I may not be good enough at it. But I'll try my hardest. Got on these. I think these are the Zoom. I think that's what they are. Zoom lizards or something. They say that you hook them to the head. You have to actually have the head sinker, like bullet sinker or something like that. But I really have not had any luck on these. I've fished in a lot of places with these. So moving on from the next box. The next layer. Yes. It's a jumbled mess. It's a very large jumbled mess. I got trash in here. This is the, that was the box I actually got the, spinnerbait, Strike King, yeah. Right off, I bought this. It was a little too small to fit in these compartments. It's supposed to fit those 1, 2, 3 compartments. It's supposed to fit in this box, but I got a little too small of a box. So I had to rig it up, so I'll show you what's inside of it. Oh, man, what do they call those heads? There's some type of... I forgot what they say. I'll probably put in the description what they are. Quick attaches. You'd be surprised. These help out a lot when switching out baits. They help out a bunch. Bigger ones. And then this sinker hook. That actually originally came out of... Please don't stick me. It originally came out of a different lure. I had to take it out because they were really bad, so I decided to just use a hook. Closing it up now. This is a really small lure. I'm going to try this sometime. Try that little lure right there. As we move on to the next blue box. I'll open this in the next video, so stay tuned.